Hello everyone, welcome to the video lecture series on structural analysis. In this video, we will solve one numerical on analysis of continuous beam with sinking of supports by using stiffness matrix method. The stiffness matrix method is also called as displacement method or equilibrium method. The problem statement is: analyze the continuous beam shown in figure below by stiffness matrix method or displacement method or equilibrium method. If the support B sinks by 10 mm, take EI equal to 6000 kilonewton meter square. So for this particular problem, a continuous beam ABCD is given and this particular support B, it is sinking by 10 mm. So the shape, or after deflection, the shape of your beam will be something like this, and this will be the sinking of support, that is delta, and this delta is equal to 10 mm. This delta is equal to 10 mm, or we can say 0.01 meter. So step number 1 is to determine the degree of kinematic indeterminacy of this particular continuous beam. So this particular continuous beam, it will be deflecting like this. Okay, so we will be having two rotations, that is theta B here we will be having at support B, we will be having rotation theta B, and support C will be having theta C. So we are having total two unknown rotations, theta B and theta C. Therefore degree of kinematic indeterminacy for this particular structure, it is 2. Therefore the size of stiffness matrix for this particular continuous beam, it will be 2 by 2. Step 2 is to assign coordinate numbers to unknown displacement. We are having unknown displacement here at B joint. We consider this coordinate, this B joint or displacement at joint B as coordinate number 1, and another displacement or unknown displacement is at joint C. Let us consider this is coordinate number 2. So assignment of coordinates is as shown in this figure below. Okay, this is coordinate number 1 and coordinate number 2. Coordinate number 1 is at joint B and coordinate number 2 is at joint C. Step 3, to calculate the fixed end moment. To calculate the fixed end moment, as we know that there are no external loads are acting on this particular beam, therefore there won't be any fixed end moment due to external load. But at the same time, you can see here this particular support B, it is sinking by an amount of 10 mm. It is sinking by an amount 10 mm. So this delta here, this delta here, it is equal to 10 mm. It is equal to 10 mm. Here you can see at support B, the sinking is 10 mm. Therefore due to this sinking, some bending moments are formed, and the bending moments will be formed for span AB and BC only, AB and BC only. So the effect of sinking of support will be there on AB and BC span only. So we will calculate the bending moment. Now for bending moment for span AB, the bending moment for span AB, okay, it will be minus 6 EI delta upon L square. Here as for span AB, the delta will be positive. This delta will be positive because the right hand support is sinking for span AB. Therefore this value of delta will be taken as positive. Delta will be taken as positive. So put the values. We have delta is equal to 0.01 meter and EI equal to 6000. So and span is 3 meter. So this equation will become minus 6 into 0.01 into 6000 multiplied by 2 divided by 9. So we get final fixed end moment for span AB is equal to minus 80 kilonewton meter. Similarly, we will be getting the value for MFBA, that will be again minus 80 kilonewton meter. For span BC, the equation will be minus 6 EI delta upon L square. But for span BC, you can see for this span BC, if this is your span BC, this is your span BC, the deflected shape is something like this. So the left support is sinking here, this is delta or sinking of support. So here we have the left support is sinking, therefore the value of delta for this particular case, it will be negative, delta will be negative, therefore this negative 6 EI delta upon L 6 EI multiplied by minus delta, this will become positive. So I will directly write down, take it as a positive 6 EI delta upon L square. Just put the values of EI and delta and AL in this equation. We will get MFBC is equal to 56.25 kilonewton meter. Similarly, the fixed end moment for CB, MFCB, it will be equal to plus 56.25 kilonewton meter. For span CD and DC, the fixed end moment will be 0 because it is neither sinking nor it is subjected to any external loads. Step number 4 is to find out the force matrix. Now the force matrix is given by this particular equation, that is force matrix F matrix is equal to PJ matrix minus PL matrix, PJ matrix minus PL matrix. Now here PJ matrix is the matrix of PJ matrix is the matrix of moment at a joint due to external load, and PL matrix is the matrix of simply summation of fixed end moment at that particular joint. So first we will find out the PJ matrix. Now the PJ matrix will have two coefficient PJ1 and PJ2. Here PJ1 is the external moment which is acting at coordinate number 1, that is at joint B. This will be 0. This PJ1 will be 0 because no external moment is acting at joint B. And PJ2, it is the external moment acting at joint C or at coordinate number 2. You can see here no external moments are acting at B and C, therefore this will be again 0. So PJ matrix will be 0. Now we have to find out the PL matrix. The PL matrix is sum of fixed end moment at a particular joint. So here PJ matrix, this PJ matrix, PL matrix, it will be for PL1 we will have summation of fixed end moment at coordinate number 1 or at joint B. Here we have BA and BC, so it will be MFBA plus MFBC, and PL2, it is the sum of fixed end moment of all the members meeting at coordinate number 2 or at joint C. So it will be MFCB plus MFCD. This is how the PL matrix is prepared. Just put the values of fixed end moment. We get the PL matrix as minus 23.75 and 56.25. We have this force matrix is equal to PJ minus PL. We have calculated the values for PJ and PL matrix. Just substitute the matrices here. We get F matrix is equal to plus 23.75 minus 56.25. This is our force matrix. Next step is to determine the stiffness matrix by giving unit displacement to the restraint structure in each of the coordinate directions. So what we will be doing, first we have to find out this stiffness matrix K matrix. The K matrix is equal to, it will be 2 by 2 matrix, and the coefficients will be K11, K12, K21 and K22. These will be the coefficient. Now for finding the value of K11 and K21, for finding the value of K11 and K21, what we'll be doing, will be considering our structure and applying a unit rotation at coordinate number 1. This is our coordinate number 1. This is our coordinate number 2. So what we'll be doing, we'll be applying unit rotation here, theta B equal to 1 radian, theta B equal to 1 radian. So the deflected shape will be something like this. The deflected shape will be something like this. Deflected shape will be something like this. Okay. Therefore, two coefficients K11 and K21, these will be developed. These K11 and K21 are calculated by considering the stiffness at that particular location. Similarly, for calculating K12 and K21, for calculating K12 and K21, will be considering our structure and then applying a unit rotation at coordinate number 2 or at joint C or at joint C. So we'll be applying theta C equal to 1, assuming all other supports or ends as fixed. So we will be getting again two coordinates or coefficients, that is K22 and K12. K12 will be calculating the values of K12 and K22 from their stiffnesses. So this is our stiffness matrix. K11 is the force developed at coordinate number 1 due to application of unit rotation at coordinate number 1, and K21, it is the force developed at coordinate number 2 due to application of unit rotation at coordinate number 1. So for finding the values of K11 and K21, we will be assuming that we have to apply a unit rotation at coordinate number 1 or at joint B, at coordinate number 1 or at joint B, and the value forces will be developed. These will be coefficient K11 and K21. So K11 will be sum of stiffness of BA plus BC, which can be given by this equation, that is twice EI theta A divided by LAB plus 4 EI theta B divided by LAB plus stiffness of BC. So this is the stiffness for BC. At the same time, we have assumed all other ends, that is A, C and D, as fixed. Therefore the value of theta A will be 0. Therefore this first term, this particular first term and this theta C term, this will be cancelled or it will be 0. Therefore our equation will be like this. Just put the value of LAB and the theta B. We have already assumed that this theta B is equal to 1 radian. Therefore our equation will become like this, and finally we get the value of K11 is equal to 5.167 EI. Similarly, to find out the value of K21, we have K21 is equal to stiffness of member CB. Here stiffness of CB will be equal to twice E into 2.5 I into theta B divided by LBC plus 4E. Okay, here I is double repeated, 4E into 2.5 I into theta C divided by LBC. Now we know that this support C is considered as a fixed support. Therefore this particular moment will be, or this particular value will be 0 or cancelled. So we get the K21 is equal to twice EI into 2.5 I divided by span BC, that is 4 meters. So we get the value of K21 is equal to 1.25 EI. Now for calculating the other two coefficient, that is K12 and K22, will be applying a unit rotation at coordinate number 2 or at joint C and will calculate the value of K12 and K21. The K12 will be equal to stiffness of member BC. So it will be 4E, again it is repeated, 4E into 2.5 I theta B divided by LBC plus 4E into 2.5 I into theta C divided by LBC. Now for this particular case, we have assumed these ends A, B and D as fixed end, Therefore this term will be 0 or cancelled, this term will be cancelled. So our equation will be like this. Just put the value of span and theta C equal to 1, will get the value of K12 equal to 1.25 EI. Similarly, we can calculate the value of K22, that is equal to summation of stiffness of CB plus CD, and it will be 4 EI by L plus 4 EI by LBCD. So we get the value of K22 is equal to 5 EI. So we get the stiffness matrix, K matrix is equal to 5.167, 1.25, 1.25 and 5. Next step is step number 6. Step number 6 is to write down the slope stiffness equation and solve it. So stiffness equation is given by this formula, that is, this is stiffness matrix, this is stiffness matrix, this is displacement matrix, this is displacement matrix, and this is force matrix. We have already find out the value of stiffness matrix and force matrix. The only unknown thing here it is displacement matrix. So we'll write down the stiffness matrix and force matrix in this equation, and the displacement matrix will be unknown forces that or displacement, that is theta b and theta c. If we take this EI outside of this particular matrix, we will get the equation like this, and if we transfer this term on right hand side or this term on right hand side, we will get inverse of this particular matrix, that is this K matrix we are transferring here. So it will be, this delta matrix will be equal to K inverse multiplied by force matrix. So just take this matrix on right hand side, so we'll get the inverse. Solve this inverse matrix, we'll get the equation like this. Now just multiply these two matrices, we get the value of theta b and theta c like this. So we get the value of theta b is equal to 7.79 divided by EI, and theta c is equal to minus 13.198 divided by EI. At the same time, theta a and theta d will be 0 because these are fixed support. Now next step is to calculate the final end moment. Next step is to find out the final end moment. Now final end moments are calculated by from the slope deflection equation. So for AB, span AB, MAB, this is final end moment AB, will be equal to MFAB plus 4EI theta A divided by L plus twice EI theta B divided by L. As we know, support A is fixed, therefore this term will be cancelled. Just substitute the value of MAB here, we get the equation like this. So this is MFAB plus twice EI theta B divided by L. So we get the value of MAB is equal to minus 69.613 kilonewton meter. Similarly, MBA, this MBA is MBA fixed end moment BA, it will be equal to MFBA plus twice EI theta A divided by L plus 4EI theta B divided by L. This term will be 0 because it is a fixed support. A is fixed support, therefore our equation will be something like this, and we get the value of final end moment BA is equal to minus 59.227 kilonewton meter. Next we have to calculate the value of MBC, that is final end moment MBC. This will be equal to MFBC plus 4EI theta B divided by L plus twice EI theta C divided by L. Substitute the values of theta B and theta C and span in this equation. We get the MBC is equal to like this, that is this is fixed end moment, this is 4EI theta B plus twice EI theta C. So we get the value of MBC is equal to 59.227. Similarly for BC, sorry, this should be CB, actually this was BC, this should be CB, okay, this should be CB, this should be CB. For CB, the fixed end moment is this twice EI theta B plus 4 EI theta C. We get the value of MCB is equal to 33.00 kilonewton meter. Now MCD will be equal to minus 33 kilonewton meter and MDC will be equal to minus 16.5 kilonewton meter.